Number 3, McSame-gate. Sometimes the connections between the current Republican boss and the man who would succeed him are nefarious and dangerous. Sometimes they are just hilarious. The Bush-McCain fundraiser in Phoenix today was supposed to be at the Phoenix Convention Center, but, reports the Phoenix Business Journal, the McCain campaign was unable to sell enough tickets to fill the Phoenix Convention Center and had to move to a smaller venue. Number 2, the phony war on terror-gate. This will be no surprise after Mr. McClellan's remarks. The Government Accountability Office's latest waking nightmare, a deal that Homeland Security made with 8,000 importers and sea carriers, has made the country more vulnerable to terrorism. The idea was to certify each company as safer rather than inspecting each shipment handled at each U.S. port by each company. Companies were deemed safer on the premise that they submit a standard security plan that would meet the standards of U.S. Customs. A fine and time-saving idea, except if Customs never checks to see whether or not the standard security plan indeed meets its standards. Number 1, hypocrisy gate. As the President and Senator McCain continue to bash Senator Obama's willingness just to talk to nations we perceive as enemies, rather than, say, blowing them up first, there is a curious note about Sudan. It harbored Osama bin Laden. Its president, Mr. Bashir, has been described in the worst possible terms, and it was accused by Mr. Bush of participating in genocide in Darfur. Mr. Bush is sending a special envoy to meet with President Bashir of Sudan in the next few weeks. Let me just add that some seem to believe that we should negotiate with the terrorists and radicals, as if some ingenious argument will persuade them they have been wrong all along. We have heard this foolish delusion before. As Nazi tanks crossed into Poland in 1939, an American senator declared, and I won't mention that he was a Republican, "Lord, if I could have only talked to Hitler, all this might have been avoided." We have an obligation to call this what it is, the false comfort of appeasement, which has been repeatedly discredited by history. You can applaud now.